Thank you so much for joining us here at WYAO Hawaii Corporate Wellness for one of our 10-minute motivational talks. And we've really kind of designed these so you can take a moment out of your day, reset, get a little energy, kind of reconnect, and hopefully motivate yourself to move on and keep being the best that you possibly can be. And I think at this point in time, where we've been in our stay at home, work at home, or even if you're going to the office, it's different. We've had our trials and tribulations, I'm assuming, as well as probably felt anxious, stressed, annoyed, angry, and some of these feelings you don't even know where they're coming from. So I think today's 10-minute talk on how to stay happy and hopeful while homebound is absolutely appropriate. And we have an amazing speaker today. Her name is Elle Granule. She is an amazing and wonderful entertaining motivator with over 35 years of experience as a fitness leader and certified life coach. And she's been inspiring thousands of people to a happier and healthier life. And her passion in helping you understand the connection between a healthy life and mindset is really the catalyst that she brings to life as to really how you can overcome all life's challenges that they throw at you. And I think right now, this is absolutely appropriate. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome Elle. Thank you so very much for your time, expertise, and most of all, energy. Take it away.
Yay, thank you, Terry. I'm happy to be here sharing this information. And I'll do my best to stick to the three. I like 3 steps because I feel like 3 of anything is doable, right? You can remember 3 things. So the title being How to Stay Happy and Hopeful While Homebound made me think really as a coach, from a coach's perspective, about all the things we know that we're not doing. And so I don't think that in most cases I'll be telling you all anything that you don't already know. But what I'd like to address is, why are you choosing not to do it? Because happiness is a choice. It doesn't just happen. It's something that you make happen through your thoughts and your actions. And hopeful is, so happiness is like the action, right? You've got to work on being happy. Comes a little easier to some than others, but you can choose to be happy, even in the face of adversity, like many of us are doing right now. Whereas being hopeful is like the wing of faith. It's believing that it's all going to be all right. And so when you've got the action of happiness going and the faith of hope going, you get this really nice balance to live in. And that's my hope for you all today, that that's how you'll feel coming out of this with these steps and going forward. So understanding that it's a choice, let's first begin with just one breath. So if you would just breathe in as big and deeply as you can, just filling yourself. And then exhale longer, deeper, and slower till you feel as though if there's nothing left to give you. And then just relax. Now, if you can do that type of breathing, anytime you start to feel less than happy or hopeful, generally in as few as 3 rounds of that, full expansion and then deep letting go, entire body, especially into your brain, so that the ego can't boss you around so much. It's easier to take charge because you become connected with your truth. Okay, so the first one is like a little side note. It's important to be present. When you're present, right, you know that things are kind of going off kilter or not the way that you want them, and the breath brings you back right to the now. So that's like just a side note for everything. When you multitask, you'll always feel scattered, as opposed to when you're focusing on the breath, you become one and in the now. Okay, so the first thing is, or level 1 is, there's knowing and then there's doing. There's a popular phrase called that says knowledge is power. And I don't believe that there's power in knowledge so much as there is power in the doing. So knowing it is not enough. It's putting it into practical application that gets stuff done. right? So getting it out of your head and into action. So that's my first request for you. In order to get this happiness going on in our lives right now, is we need to take back control and understand that there's literally nothing that we have to do. It's all a choice. It's all a choice. And so you can focus on what you want instead of what you don't want. And a good way to do this is think about something that you can do today. And I'm talking today before your head hits the pillow, something that you can do today that will help you feel happier and more hopeful. And just one simple step, think about what could I do that's easy, doesn't require, me going out and doing things, and just do that one thing and sit with it and see how it felt and how easy it was. And then if you like it, then tomorrow you can do it again, or you can do it several times a day. But it's those baby steps that people overlook. So when they're looking at creating change, people will often look at the big picture, like say, I'd like to lose 20 pounds. And that can feel hopeless. It's hard to feel happy about a goal like that. And so what you do is you take it to baby steps, and you just go back and back, because you won't be 20 pounds lighter tomorrow or by the time your head hits the pillow tonight, but it's a series of actions, baby steps, that will get you there without as much effort, because you're taking the little steps and your brain's not arguing with you as you go. So obviously, you can drink more water, you can make a better food choice, you could go outside for a walk. Tons of things would be that baby step. And I like to think about, okay, we were all babies and we all learned how to walk. We were chubby, we had on a diaper, we didn't know what the heck we were doing. There was no user manual, there was no instructor except for what we were observing around us. And as babies, we tried to walk, we fell, we stumbled. Even when we thought we knew how to walk, we'd still stumble and fall. And we constantly kept getting back up. And I so wish that I could remember that baby brain of 1-year-old-ish and what was going on, like what was the hope and the knowing that I'm just going to walk. And so that's how you should be thinking now. So staying hopeful is a series of actions. So you take that first step, and then the second and the third, and then next thing you know, you don't think about walking. It's just something you do. It's just who you are. Like, I would never describe somebody as a walking person. Like, oh, them, they're a walking person, because most of us are blessed enough to be able to do it. But I would say, oh, they're a happy person or they're a hopeful person. So you can choose through these actions to step into those kinds of things. Okay, now the second step is to show your ego who's boss. So the ego's in your mind and it's going, it's like the hamster or the rodent in the wheel, if you've ever seen that. So they run like crazy, and then they look out and they get back in, they run like crazy and they look out. And I can't even imagine what must be going on in their heads, except for, why am I working so hard and nothing's happening? Why am I spinning this wheel and not going anywhere? That's what happens when you attach to your ego. Your ego's spinning around all these old thoughts and things and can'ts, and you keep once in a while checking in, and you get a little reprieve, but there goes that wheel again. So the way to handle this is, when your ego is spinning and telling you things that are less than supporting, loving, and kind, you simply say, stop it. And you just take a moment and maybe take a breath. Say, that's unacceptable. Get on the team. This is the plan. This is where I'm headed. And you can support me, or you can stop talking, because I'm only interested in what you have to say if you're going to support me. And now this is going to take a lot of practice. This is the meat of the 3 steps. You just catch yourself spinning, say stop it, take a breath, take back the control, tell your ego what you expect from it, because you run the show, not your ego. Your true self is the one that's in charge. The ego is just a sum of our experiences, right? So you can say stop it, you can say cancel, you can say go sit in the corner. I like to give the example of, the dog whisperer, Caesar the dog whisperer, how he says to the dogs, shh, shh. He makes that funny little noise. You could do that to your ego, shh, and start training it that those things are unacceptable. Because when you can get your ego on board and the mind starts to slow down and be more focused on the baby steps and the big picture, then cool things just start happening. You just start drawing all these really amazing experiences into your life out of expectation from being a happy and a hopeful person, instead of being fearful, right? Or, worried or having doubts. That's the ego talking. Your true self knows you deserve everything and more. that which you desire in this lifetime, that's taking you on the path, the reason why you're here. And so then that brings me to talking about that source energy is the final step, is where I began. And that is with the breath. When we understand, so in my coaching practice, I don't tell people that I teach you how to meditate, because it knocks about probably close to 80% of people out of my field, out of my range, because people will say, I cannot meditate. I've tried. My mind is too busy. And so I don't bring in meditating until later, but you all are a little bit more of a mindset of this. So I'd like to help you understand yourself and to help other people that you don't have to have a quiet mind to meditate. You don't have to have a quiet, perfect space to meditate. All you need is the breath. And so right now we're just going to do 3 breaths so that you can get a feel for what I'm talking about. So close your eyes and then just feel that expansion like we did earlier, breathing in as deep and full as possible as you can. And then exhale deeper, longer, and fuller until you've pushed out, and then just allow yourself to relax. And in this moment, tell your body, thank you, I love you. And then breathing in again deeply, expanding. Exhale deep, low, and slow. And relax. And perhaps this time even just put your hands over your heart and really feel the thank you, I love you, that you're saying to your body. And then one last time, just for fun, breathing in deeply. Nice exhale. Settling into the moment, feeling the gratitude of the perfection that is you. And again, telling your body, thank you, I love you, as you allow your eyes to flutter open and come on back. And just connect for half a second to how well you feel right now. And remember that you can do that in less than 1 minute, anytime you need to. So that's your final tool, is to connect to the breath. If you don't think you can meditate, that's okay, but you can breathe. And if you can breathe, you can connect. And when you connect, you become more centered and the ego slows down and your true self gets to shine through and speak to you more clearly. Okay, so the steps are do it. Knowing's not enough, right? So do it with the baby steps. Then the second step is the chat that you're going to be having with your ego and taking back control. And then the third step is just connecting with your breath anytime you may feel squeaky wheel going or anything affecting, how you're feeling. So you have the power. You have the control. It's all within you. And I hope those seem like baby steps, right? They'll ebb and flow, but just 3 things that you can keep in your mental awareness every day to help keep you happier and more hopeful. Thanks.
That was absolutely wonderful, Elle. Thank you so very much. I know I feel a lot more present and calm and hopeful as well. That is absolutely amazing with those 3 simple steps, but I think for sure they definitely do take awareness, and those baby steps make it so doable. So thank you very, very much. You actually have a special gift for us. You want to tell us about it?
Okay, I do. I'm super excited. So I have author copies of my book. They're not actually going to be in Barnes & Noble until October, but I'm able to give you the free digital download of this. So if you'd like a copy, just go to elgranell.com. My name's probably on there somewhere. Yeah, elgranniel.com. And it's that simple. You just go, you put in your email address, and boom, you'll get the digital download. And then there you can reach out to me and ask me questions as you're going through the process. But, the title of the book is Get Happier and Healthier Now. And that's my wish for everybody every day.
Thank you so very much, Granell. And from all of us here at WYAO Hawaii Corporate Wellness, we again have huge gratitude to Elle today and her time, her energy, and expertise in giving us motivation and simple baby steps. And our hope here at WYAO, and I know it with Elle as well, is to help us be healthy, well, and when we come back, not just to go back to baseline, but to come back even better. So thank you so very much. We have it listed down below where you can connect with El Grinnell. And in the meantime, we look forward to seeing you next time. Be well. Thank you.